plus for the stock market. Now, the government is borrowing a record amount of money this week alone. And this is before healthcare, climate change, financial regulation, and now immigration bills are passed. Congressman Mark Kirk of Illinois joins us now from Capitol Hill. This congressman has had a lot to say about government borrowing and what happens to interest rates. Congressman, I know you've just heard the news. America has just sold billions of dollars worth of 7-year notes. People were willing, ready, and able to lend the government a lot of money, and the yield came down to 3.329%. You said all this borrowing pushes rates up. That, sir, is not happening.
Now, over time, I think that will be happening. But today, the economic news, and especially the shock from what Warren Buffett said yesterday, created what in the bond market is sometimes called a flight to quality. And so today's offerings by the Treasury were massive, but I think there was such fear in the market and sluggishness in the reporting on the economy Monday through Wednesday that we had strong demand. But the underlying trend is very worrying. We used to be borrowing at a rate of $160 billion a week. Now we're borrowing at a rate of $100 billion, or $160 billion a month. Now we're borrowing at a rate of $100 billion a week.
Yeah.
And the question is, how long can this rate be sustained?
Now, let's suppose we do get some kind of health care reform, and it costs $1 trillion over 10 years. That is going to add to our borrowing requirement. Do you think that when these healthcare reforms and other reforms, more spending kicks in, you think that's the point where interest rates start to rise because we're borrowing so much money?
It is, because it's very likely that Congress will waive the restrictions of its own budget and blow through a set of spending measures, like, for example, an up for doctors under Medicare, that isn't even calculated in the current spending rules of the Congress. If we do $1 trillion health care bill and use funny accounting methods to get through, it should concern the bond market greatly. Also remember, even in today's auction, the Fed printed $784 billion on its own to participate in that market. And so we don't have a fully free bond market right now. We have one part of the government electronically printing money to buy the debt of the other part of the government.
But to sum it up, right now, you see this is a flight to quality. That's why people are prepared to lend money to the Treasury. Yep.
Yes, the results that we see today were, I think, a reaction to Warren Buffett's dire news about what the real economy was doing, and so they ran to Treasuries.
Congressman Mark Kirk, a former Treasury bond trader, I believe, and knows what he's talking about. Thank you very much for joining us again, sir. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, now, the record borrowing